Warning: this article contains spoilers for episode 6. For a moment in the latest episode of The Rings of Power, it looked as though one of the most lovable original characters, Bronwyn, would not survive the Uruk attack on the village. Luckily she did, and we still have yet to witness the death of a major character in the series. But it is inevitable that over the course of the program, some characters, like Isildur, will certainly perish, as their history has already been written. In the same vein, there are others we know for sure will survive the Second Age, and others whose fate still remains a mystery to viewers of the fantasy epic. 10/10 Galadriel. Galadriel is, of course, one of the most powerful beings in Middle-earth by the time that The Lord of the Rings begins. Thus, she is certain to survive the events of the Rings of Power, if only so that she can come to play the pivotal role that she does during the events of the Third Age. It's already clear, though, that she will bear the scars of the Second Age with her. In fact, it's precisely her actions during the course of this series that will allow her to become the person that she is, someone who strives so hard to maintain the beauty of Lothlorien. 9/10 Elrond. Like Galadriel, Elrond is a formidable elf in The Lord of the Rings. In his sanctuary in Rivendell, he is able to keep the worst ravages of time at bay, but during the Rings of Power, he is still relatively young and has yet to be bruised and disappointed in the failures of men in particular. He is, of course, going to survive the Rings of Power, but it's unlikely that he will emerge totally unscathed. Indeed, like many of those who were able to survive the Second Age and into the Third, his experiences will shape both his perspective and his actions in the future. We'll also learn more about what drives his decisions and actions in later life, and see a relationship between him and Isildur develop long before the fateful actions inside Mountain Doom. 8/10 Halbrand. Few characters have excited as much commentary as Halbrand. As the season has unfolded, many have wondered whether he is in fact Sauron, or whether he might be someone like the Mouth of Sauron or the Witch King of Angmar. Whatever role he ultimately occupies, it's clear that he will be one of those who survives the events of the series. After all, the three leading contenders for his true identity would go on to become some of the most powerful beings of the Third Age. Whoever he is, he has a very important destiny in front of him. 7/10 Nori. The Harfoots have already proven to be some of the most beloved characters in the Rings of Power. Of these, Nori is one of the most likable, and she truly seems to care about the welfare of others. This being the case, it seems likely that she will be one of those who survives to the end of the series. It might even be the case that she will be one of those who helps to found the Shire, and it's very likely that she is being positioned as one of the ancestors of such great hobbits as Bilbo and Frodo. 6/10 Poppy. Poppy, like Nori, is one of the most lovable of the Harfoots. She might not be as adventurous as her friend, but she is still willing to flout the will of the leaders at times. What's more, she always remains loyal to Nori, no matter what happens. Given how likable she is, and given how agonizing it would be to see any of the Harfoots perish, it's likely that she'll survive to the end of the show. Like Nori, she will hopefully be one of those who plays a key role in the founding of the Shire. 5/10 The Stranger. The identity of the Stranger has been another of those enigmas which has excited considerable commentary among the fans of the show. Many believe that he could well be Gandalf, one of the best members of the Fellowship of the Ring, while others think he is one of the mystery blue wizards who apparently appeared during the Second Age. Whoever he is, whether good or evil, he clearly has a part to play in the events that the series is going to depict. And, if he is Gandalf, this means that he is certain to survive to the end, as he will become one of the key players in the War of the Ring in the Third Age. 4/10 Dissa. Dissa is one of this series' most beloved original characters. As she showed from the very first time that she appeared, she is not only very likable, but also fiercely intelligent and loyal to her fellow dwarves. Though her people are almost certainly going to endure quite a lot during the course of the series, it seems likely that she, at least, will manage to survive. It could even be that she will be one of those who lead the dwarves away from Khazad-dûm once the Balrog is disturbed from its slumber. 3/10 Bronwyn. One of the things that makes The Rings of Power one of the best series on Prime Video is its ability to craft compelling original characters. One of the most notable of these is Bronwyn, who is a human healer dwelling in the Southlands. She endures quite a lot during the first season, but she has an indomitable spirit that makes her a natural leader. What's more, she also seems to be one of the few human characters who doesn't want her people to return to the darkness. As a result, it seems likely that she will play a key part in the further development of humanity, even beyond the Second Age. 2/10 Arondir. Arondir is another of the fascinating original characters of The Rings of Power. He is very much an epic hero, someone who endures a great deal as he contends with the brutal nature of life in the Second Age. However, as he shows when he is captured by the orcs, he is not very easy to kill. In fact, he could very well be one of this series' most formidable fighters. Given his narrative centrality and his fearsome abilities, it's very likely that he will be one of those to survive until the end. 1/10 Theo. Theo is another of the enigmatic characters in The Rings of Power. Though he's Bronwyn's son, there is clearly more to him than meets the eye. There is, in fact, quite a lot of darkness stirring in his soul, as he makes clear time and again. The series has been very ambiguous about what role he is going to play, but it does seem likely that, at the very least, he will become one of those who serves Sauron in some capacity. This being the case, it seems more likely than not that he will survive until the end, particularly if he is fated to become one of the Ringworths.